Welcome to Money Moves, brought to you by 27/4 Investment Managers. And this is a segment of the show where we demystify financial concepts as well as motivate you to look after your money and make your money look after you. And I'm now joined by Mr. Katleho Lebata, who is with ABSIP. And he's here to tell us a bit more about the organization, the work that they have been working on, the challenges that are out there, as well as help us demystify the very financial services sector that we're talking about. Katleho, pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, Tim.
And ABSIP, I know of the organization. It's not a secret society, right? It's not a
Yes,
secret
no,
organization.
not at all.
Not at all.
Not
right?
at all. Not
Okay.
at all.
This is a group of professionals and who are in the securities and investment.
Yes.
Okay. Well, tell me more about ABSIP.
Well, as you have mentioned, Tim, ABSIP is an association of black investment professionals and securities, obviously. We were founded in 1995, just after the democracy. And really, it was founded on the premise that it needed to position black professionals in the finance industry. And right now we are really a custodian of black professional interest and business, in the financial services sector, as well as the broader economy at large. So we have about 4,000 members. And, we've also got corporate members as well as part of ABSIP.
And what do you stand for? What do you do? People might say, oh, well, maybe you're no different from a union, and that's about it.
No, definitely. We must actually put that forward, that we are not a union.
Yeah.
We are actually just the voice of the black professionals. What we do, we facilitate transformation within the financial services sector industry. How we do that, we do it in a number of ways. One of the ways, we provide a professional development for our members. For instance, we have Women in Focus, where we provide leadership training through one of our service providers in order to equip these women to also represent themselves, in the industry and also be much more visible. As you may know, that the industry is also dominated by males.
Yes.
And again, we also are involved in universities by providing bursaries to young students that are wanting to get into the industry. So we also provide...
But now, if it is that complicated, I suppose,
yes,
that people need special skills, training, support, so that they can participate meaningfully as professionals, what about us, ordinary folk? What are you doing for us? Are you helping us in any way to understand how the financial system works? Because it's definitely complex, and I suppose it's at the heart of why so many of us are still struggling, battling to relate and deal with it.
Yes. No, we are definitely helping the ordinary folk. We are helping that in terms of shaping the legislation that governs the financial industry. By that, of course, we want the ordinary folk to be able to understand the products that are being sold in the industry. So with our involvement in the creation of the policy that is friendly to the ordinary folk to understand how the financial markets work and what do these products mean, we are also giving back in that manner and also to help the ordinary folk.
But from a professional's point of view, why is it important to understand how the financial system works? I mean, we talk in South Africa that we've got a poor savings culture and so on, and some of us will dispute that and say, what about the pensions that we pay, the retirement annuities, the medical insurances that we pay, that it's a substantial amount of money. But be that as it may, we don't really have a personal relationship with some of these products. It's debit order after debit order, and that's all you know about it.
No, true. I mean, what we also would like as ABSIP is that, when you go to your developed markets, you find that ordinary people on the street, they've got broker accounts, they've got all sorts of things. They are actively participating in the financial markets. So what we also want as ABSIP is to demystify that, the financial markets is only for the elite. We want to also let people know that you, as an ordinary person, you can play in the financial markets. And you can also create wealth. But we must also be cognizant that wealth in the financial markets is not going to be coming tomorrow.
Yes.
It's a long-term investment. And in that way, once we get around that education, then I believe that in a couple of years to come, a lot of people will be participating.
Let's start with
in
the simpler things that we understand. I mean, if you go into investments, it's for the long term, as you say.
Yes.
Just start me at the basic level. What are the typical things that are there that one could use as vehicles for long-term investment?
Look, I mean, I will not want to punt any specific
Yes.
investment vehicles. However, if you go to places like 27-4, they have vehicles for individuals where you can actually participate in investing. So, and those people, they have got the expertise that, you know, will make your investment grow. And also, if you feel that maybe you do have some sort of understanding as to what is happening, there are other passive investment vehicles such as your Satrix as well. So, but if you are a lot more clued up and you know what is going on, you can go yourself, you know, do some research on the JSE and you invest as you feel.
Well, there are many different products, as you say correctly, but the sense we have is that you need a lot of money before you can participate in investments. Do you? Is it necessary?
No, not at all. You know, you actually don't need a lot of money to participate in the investment. There's actually been a lot of innovations around that to, you know, to circumvent that perception. I know of one particular product. It's called Easy Equities. If you want to buy a certain share, for instance, if it's too expensive, then they can actually give you a portion
Yes.
of that share. So you can invest as little as 50 rands.
Well, and now going back to the complexity, there's insurance that's being sold, there are funeral plans here, there is investment. How can, in this cluttered market, what kind of mindset do you need to have to make a difference between insurance, funeral plans, and direct investment?
Right. So, I mean, we all have the insurance, you know, funeral plans and all that. Because, why? Because sometimes your mother told you that you need a funeral plan.
Yes.
You're going to die tomorrow,
Yes.
and so forth. But we need the skills of a well-qualified financial advisor. And you need to also plan and say, look, this is what I want to achieve in 10 years' time or
Sure.
5 years' time. And then you make sure that your investments that you make, you're not making them in the name of having one, but you've got a goal that you want to achieve as you go along in life. So that is very important, to set yourself a goal and make sure that, you know, you do certain things now in order to reach
To
it.
achieve that particular goal. Well, Katleho, I hope that ABSIP is working on other programs, plans that you are very proud of. Where are you taking the organization now?
So right now, we really want to take the organization global. We work with a lot of very passionate leaders within the industry. The people that have come through ABSIP structures, they're working for big banks and big investment companies. They come back and they invest because they see the work that we do is wonderful. Right now, we actually are working on a project where we're going to be putting in some of the people from the US. There's an association in the US that does similar work that we do. It's called National Association of Securities Professionals. So we have a memorandum of understanding in order to learn from them. They can also learn from us in order for us to grow our people and also grow the organization at large.
Katleho Lebata, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much for talking to us. And he is from the Association of Black Securities and Investment Professionals, ABSIP, talking to us about the organization and some of the issues they have to deal with, as well as borrowing from them lessons that we can apply in our own lives. This is Money Moves, brought to you by 27-4 Investment Managers. We'll continue with the show in a moment.